You can't run when we shoot. You can't run when we shoot. And you can't run when we shoot. You can't run when we shoot. And you can't run when we shoot.
Y'all wanna know what's crazy, bro? The day they killed Fbg Duck, Oblock was playing this song. Every time I hear this song, all I can think of is August 4th. The Oblock 5 coming back to Oblock. And I'm sure, because I've seen a few clips and a few videos of them being outside that day and how they were celebrating. And pretty much, you know, like a lot of people in the city knew that they had killed Duck, right? Oblock did it, right? I mean, the cops were parked outside Oblock literally right after the killing. So the tension in the city was crazy. And every time I hear this song, it's like I can't explain it, but I can understand how the Oblock 5 and everybody was out there that day, right? Allegedly, right? Because they still got a case and, you know, nobody hasn't been found guilty yet, right? But in one of the clips, you see them playing this song. And every time I hear that shit, I'm like, yo, Duck tried to run for his safety. He tried to run and get behind the car when they started shooting, right? Let me turn this shit down because the fucking radio, I just paused this shit and I forgot that it sounds like, you know, like you can hear it. So anyways, yeah, man, Duck tried to get behind the car and try to duck, you know what I mean? Like, no disrespect, and try to do whatever he can do to try to not get shot. But that's like getting jumped. Think about it. You got two cars pulling up. Two cars pulled up for one nigga. That's how bad they wanted Duck. You know what I mean? And if you think about it, they sacrificed 5, 6 niggas maybe. What is it? You know what I mean? Who knows how many more niggas are gonna get arrested, right? For one person. Duck was worth that much that they lost their lives or their freedom to get him out the way. Now, a lot of people is always on my comment section saying, oh, Duck wasn't no victim, he wasn't no angel, and blah, blah, blah. You know, like, basically, like, he got what he deserved, or basically, like, you lived that lifestyle, that's what you get, you live by the gun, he died by the gun. And I get it, I get where they're coming from, because their image of Duck is like, Duck was a hitter. Duck was out there, you know, popping his shit. Because we all know that he was a shooter, right? You cannot say that Duck was a killer. Because nobody out there has ever said Duck is a killer, right? Or he killed anybody. But we have heard some stories about Duck, you know? T-Roy got shot in his hands, right? Allegedly, Duck did that. T-Roy was a problem, you know what I mean? He was a problem to his ops. So it's like, gotta get him. He's taking out dudes, right? Him and Vaughn. Right? And that's why sometimes when I hear motherfuckers talking about, oh, Vaughn wasn't all that, y'all be overhyping them and all that. Bro, when you a street nigga, you know a real street nigga when you see one. And Vaughn was a street nigga. Vaughn was like that. Just based on, especially when we got to see all this jail footages come out, with the way he was moving on motherfuckers, the way he was jumping over tables, getting at his ops and all that. Don't sit here. That's why I hate when motherfuckers is sitting here and they talking about he was ducking his taco, he wasn't trying to go in the dorm because his ops were there. Bro, he wasn't ducking nobody in that dorm. I said this before, this is why sometimes I get mad. And we need to grow bigger. We need to hit 100 already, man. I've been doing this 2 years. Because I said it and it's like nobody's listening because I get 1,000 views on a fucking video because that's all I'm getting for notifications and shit, right? So it is what it is. I'm not even fucking monetized right now because YouTube's playing with my shit. You reuse content. How the fuck am I supposed to give you the content and give you the news if I can't take a clip from somewhere and give it to you so you can see what the fuck I'm talking about? But they want to hit me with reused content because they're not watching this shit themselves to see that it's not reused content, because obviously I edit all my shit. So they let the algorithm pick it up, and if it's matching something from somewhere else, it's just coming back like reused content, right? So that's why I gotta stay away from that shit too. I'm gonna have to just give you guys the news like this, and then just have you go to my Instagram and watch the video or whatnot. Or have a second channel that I don't care about, that I can just drop shit and be like, go over there and watch it and drop the link on the comment section or something, right? Because something's got to give, bro. You know, I love doing this, and I enjoy doing it, so there's nothing to me, right? I was just talking to my man on the phone, and he's like, bro, you was made for this, man. This is you. This is what you do. He was like, first of all, you like to talk. He said, you know, so that's good. He said, but you found something that you like to do, and it's a good thing if you can get paid for it. Why not, right? I was telling him, I'm like, yo, if you think about it, it is true. When I was in the hood, I was the one that was always buying I was the first one always buying the CDs, the tapes, whatever it was, right? When a rapper dropped a certain song, I was the one paying attention to what's going on. I was the first one that always had the brand new Jordans, or the brand new hats, or the Rebels, or the Chris Webb, you know what I mean? The fucking Patrick Ewings, whatever it was, I was the first one to make sure I had that. You know what I mean? And in Connecticut, what we do is, if we go in and out of New York, it's right there. You know what I mean? So I go shopping in New York, school shopping, you know what I mean? And I'll shop regularly in New York. I won't shop in Connecticut. New York is the mecca of getting everything coming in. The shipments, all the styles, all the fashions, we get it first, right? I'll go shopping over there, and I'm back in my block. Fresh shit all the time. Anything to drop, I was the first one with it. Me and my, you know what I'm saying? Me and my little circle. Especially my projects. Everybody in my projects was fresh. I don't give a f what anybody says. Ask anybody about Bunker Hill niggas when I was out there, and niggas will tell you everybody out there had a pocket full of money, and we was fresh as fuck. Everybody, I don't care what you say, bro. There's no way you can't tell me I'm lying. We were all like 15, 16, Timbs, Guess jeans, Nautica Hill figure jackets. Outfit alone be like $1,000, and we were 15. Cars parked out there. My car's parked. My brother got a car parked. My cousin got his car parked. You know what I mean? That's how we was doing it, man. It's crazy, but that's how we was living. We had no guidance, and I'm not talking about this because I want to, you know, glorify the lifestyle. I got to talk about what I know, right? And that's all I know. So I don't give a what niggas is saying, because I'm not glorifying. I'm just saying it so you can see that you could be a street and you can go through all this shit, and you can also grow up and get out of that shit. You know what I mean? You could change your life, you know what I mean, and turn things around. You don't have to live like that. There is hope. There is something else besides jail, death, you know what I mean, and being in the hood all day. Bro, you guys don't understand, bro. Like, I be out there sometimes talking to people that are homeless, on drugs, prostitutes. I got so much content on my phone, I just can't drop everything at once. But stay tuned, bro, because I got some content coming where I'm starting to go to places where, you know, like deep in the gutter and getting people's stories, bro, so that the kids and anybody out there that, you know, is heading that way to see where you can end up. Shit is not sweet, bro. So that's why I do it. But even on social media alone, on the phone alone, I'm doing shit. I'm helping people. I got teens in my DM talking to me, asking me, like, yo, Omega, I'm going through this. Yo, I'm going through that. Yo, I don't think that can happen. I can't do that. They don't know, you know what I mean? Nothing about no bank accounts. They don't know nothing about, you know, like nothing under their name. You know what I mean? I got niggas to never, ever to this day had a social media. because they're so deep in the streets that they don't want their pictures being out there. Never had a social media. Think about that. I got some niggas that are so deep in the streets, they don't play with social media at all. That's deep. I've been in my projects and I'll pull out my phone or go live and a few niggas will just scatter away. They don't want no parts of that. That's why when some of these niggas be talking all that street shit, I get it. Some real niggas is really on live and there is some real niggas that are, you know, allowing themselves to be recorded and posting it because we see it all the time. But it's also a lot of real niggas that's in the streets that's why they don't go to jail or get killed, because they don't leave no trace behind for nothing. I've had kids in my DM, bro, that I've helped, you know, and it feels good to be able to give back in some way, right? You know, I got people in my DM telling me like, yo, my son just got killed, my cousin just got killed, like all types of stories, man. I'm telling you, bro, I'm not lying. That's what everything I love. That, you know, I've given people advice, I've helped people behind closed doors through my DM alone, just on my phone. Sometimes you don't even have to go on the streets to help somebody, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's crazy, bro. I'm gonna keep giving you guys stories like this too, but listen, man, we gotta start getting those likes up. There should be no reason why I got over 100 people, you know what I mean? Like, say the video got 150 views and 2 likes. Like, you telling me that 150 people watched this and only 2 people liked it? Like, come on, bro. That shit doesn't cost nothing, bro. Like, if you watching it, hit the fucking like, because YouTube doesn't recommend that shit to so many people. You know what I mean? And the algorithm starts picking up that the video is being watched and is being liked, so then they'll keep recommending it. But if not, it's gonna stay at 100 fucking views. If you got 38,000 subscribers, you feel me? So hit the fucking like button. Like, I don't understand. I know you forget sometimes, but bro, if you fuck with me and you watch my shit and you subscribe to me, can you please hit the like button? It's not that hard. Just click the little thumbs up. Click on it. That's it. You know what I mean? I appreciate it, because I take my time working a full-time job. I take my time out the day to be able to stay. First of all, I gotta stay paying attention to the news. I gotta be in the loop. I gotta know what's going on. Not just pay attention to the news to give you guys the news, but I also gotta pay attention to the rappers. I gotta pay attention to the comment section. I gotta pay attention to what's going on in their lives to be able to stay in tune, to give you guys facts, to give you guys the news. So I go out my way to make sure I do all that, right? I'm not making thousands of dollars out this shit. Not yet. I appreciate it if you like the video. Share this shit to TikTok. Share this shit, even if it's just a small clip of it. It gives you the option to do it. Share this shit to Facebook, to Instagram. You know, if you f me, share my shit on any other platforms you have. Share it. We need to go up. We need this 50,000, bro, so we can get to this 100 next. But we need to start getting something, man, because right now I'm unmonetized and I feel like my shit is just sitting there. Like, I'm barely breaking 1,000 views. That shit should not be happening, bro. Not when I'm dropping a video every day for the last 2 years and I got 38,000 subscribers. Like, what the fuck? And I'm not sitting here complaining, because it's not like Hassan Campbell and his niggas, they be like, oh, YouTube's playing with my numbers because they don't want my shit to be out. They don't want my word to be out. YouTube's not worried about you, bro. YouTube is not worried about you. You might ask them and they might not even know who you is. You know? So Hassan needs to stop with that shit. That should be killing me every time that he talks like he's this big time, this big shot Malcolm X fucking, you know, type of that the feds and everybody's just, they gotta stop him. He's dangerous. He's gonna, bro, you went through the door. That's why you stay talking about that fucking door. You love that door. That's why you keep talking about the door. Because you used to run to the door. You used to run to Mom Bada's door. Remember when you said you used to tell your mom that she was going to the store, but you would run over to Bam's house and knock on the door. Door. That's why he loves the door. That's why Hassan's always talking about the door. That's why he's always keeping that click with Nori. And he's always talking about the door. Which way he went? Which way did he go? Hassan went to Bam's door. That's what the fuck he got a YouTube channel. He mad because he got a YouTube channel? After going through the door, you should have known better. You should have went through the other door. Maybe, you know, sacrifice somebody and you would have been a fucking millionaire or some shit, right? Off of Hassan, let's get back to it, right? So, like, I'm on my way back to Connecticut right now, right? You know, like, I got my man's dad doing funeral arrangements for him right now. Passed away. It's crazy. Literally, childhood friend. Projects, all the way from the projects. I remember when he moved in the projects. I was like, probably like 12 years old, 11 years old. He's probably like a year or two younger than me, so he was probably like 9, 10 when he first moved in the projects. I remember that. And he just died. So you sometimes you don't ever know when you're gonna wake up, and that's your last day, bro. But it's all right. I'm to the point in my life that I'm not even scared of death no more, because I know it's gonna come. You know what I mean? It's promised. Death is promised. There's something that you can't escape. But I used to be afraid of death because I used to be afraid of the unknown, right? That's what people usually, you know, that's why we struggle with change and everything, because we rather stay where we're comfortable at. We rather stay somewhere that we know what's coming and we're aware of what the fuck is going on instead of not knowing. But you got to take a step and move forward and take a chance. Because if you want something, it's not going to happen by you sitting down doing the same shit you're doing. You got to work towards it, right? And you got to have a vision, and then you got to move towards whatever it is that you want to do. But you can't sit there and expect that shit to fucking land in your lap. It's impossible. And that's the main thing. People fear what they can't conquer, hate what they can't understand. They're unknown. They're afraid of that shit, bro. And I'm sitting here taking a drive back to Connecticut, and I'm literally just, I should have went live, right? I don't know. I like to edit my shit because I feel like sometimes I stutter, sometimes I don't know. So sometimes that's why I don't go live much. Well, not even much. I don't go live at all. I haven't went live in a while. I remember I used to do lives and shit like every Friday. I got a lot of things planned for this channel, man. I got a lot of things, you know, that are coming that I haven't put out yet because it's not the right time. As we grow, you're gonna see. Fuck with me, man. Fuck with me. I won't let you down. That's one thing I can tell you. I'm a real nigga. There's no in between with me. I don't know in between. Either I don't fuck with you or I fuck with you. You know what I mean? And I'm a Gemini, so a lot of people be like, oh, Geminis, oh, two-faced, oh, this, that. No, Geminis doesn't mean you're two-faced. It doesn't mean that that you be switching up on people. Because most of the Geminis I know, 90% is real niggas. Biggie was a Gemini. Pop was a Gemini. So that should say something, right? You want me to keep going? So it's not that we're two faces, bro. Geminis is no gray. There's no in between. You know what I mean? You either get the good side or you get the bad side. It's up to you to choose which side you're gonna get. We're fucking loyal, real ass niggas, man. I know I am. I don't know no difference. And that's why I'm so gullible sometimes at showing love and shit like that. That's one thing that people always told me in the streets, especially when I first started running the streets and I was learning the ropes. OGs will always tell me that love will get you killed. Stop showing too much love. You got too much of a heart. Don't let that shit show. That shit will get you killed in the streets. But stop showing that shit, because that shit will get you killed. Same thing with jail. Bro, I just recently started smiling, bro. recently, when I stopped running the streets and I decided that I didn't want to go back to jail and I didn't want to live in the streets no more and sell drugs and be running around with pipes and be worrying about the ops and be worrying about the cops and be worrying about, you know, the work being right, bagging up, fucking all types of shit that come with the drug game, right? The stress that comes with it. Because a lot of people think because it's fast money that it's a great life. And that's stressful as any other job, bro. Trust me when I tell you. Being a drug dealer, and then it's the energy that you get from it. You're destroying other people's lives. So, you know, like, you could be working for your money and have a few $1,000s saved up, and that's better than having $30,000 in one flick, whether you want to believe it or not. You know what I mean? Trust me when I tell you, dirty money's not good because it's bad energy. You know what I mean? You could buy a nice car, you could do this, you could do that, and then you're in jail 6 months later. You lost it all. But the person that's working, guess what? He's still paying for his car, but he's got a brand new car. He got a nice bitch. You know what I mean? He's getting a house. He got his freedom. When I started thinking like that, I started saying, yo, this shit ain't adding up. I'm making all this money, but I'm always going back to jail for a certain amount of time. And then what? I'm losing freedom. I'm losing valuable time. I'm losing memories that I could have created with my kids. You know, like my firstborn, I didn't see him take his first steps. You know, like when I saw him take his first steps, it was from the in a jail cell, bro. From behind a fucking glass on a fucking phone, reaching over, watching him walk for the first time. Think about that shit, bro. My son's first steps, I wasn't there to see it. I wasn't there to watch him be born. You know what I mean? I watched my daughter. I watched my daughter be born. My second one. I watched my little boy be born, the third one. But my oldest, when I came home, he was already like 3.5. You know what I mean? And then I've been in his life since. But I always tell people, right, when they have kids and they're like new parents and shit like that, I always tell people, whatever you do, kids can get crazy. It can get, you know, sometimes you can get frustrated. They can drive you insane. They can be annoying, whatever you want to call it, right? But remember, they're kids once. Between 1 and 10, you're only gonna get that once. Because once they get to the teenage years and bigger than that, they're done. You're not getting that cute little kid back ever again. You only get that once. So enjoy while they're kids. So I always tell that to new parents. Enjoy your kids while they're kids, because they're only kids once. And you will never get that little cute thing back again. You know, they're going to come of age and they're going to be like, daddy and mommy, you know, like, you guys ain't cool. You guys is old. Like, I don't want to hang with you. Like, that's how they get. So you got to enjoy them, man. God gave us kids so we could, you know, take care of them. And it's like a gift to us type shit, right? To have something of you. Watch it grow, and you're responsible to teach that kid how to be a great person, right? And think about it, like me, for example, I grew up with no dad. I don't even have my dad's last name, because when he went to the hospital and I was born, back then, I guess child support would come to the hospital or some shit like that, and like, if you was in pain, they'll arrest you. I don't know. Well, my grandmother, his mom, my dad's mom, told him, oh no, don't sign that. It's a certificate because they're going to come after you, and I don't know. You know, he got scared and he never signed the birth certificate. So back then, it's not like now. You could just be like, blah, 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 and the name goes down and it just doesn't have the dad's signature on it, right? It's up to the dad to come and sign it, whether he's there or either after, but you can give the kid whatever last name you want to give it. Back then, it wasn't like that. The dad had to come and sign. So because my dad didn't come sign, guess what? He fucked up the name that it was supposed to keep rolling, right? He fucked that up because now my last name is my mom's last name. And now I got that name going. So it's kind of like a whole new, now it's like I started my own little family thing, my own little tree, right? And they're going to bring my dad's name instead. But it is what it is, right? But my dad also died in the streets when I was 12, right? But I never had a dad growing up. I had a stepdad. They used to shoot heroin, right? And would sell heroin. And I watched my door get kicked in. We get raided. What else? He used to use me to walk his drugs to the corner store. You know what I mean? I told you guys some of these stories on my omegadrip Goes In channel. And a lot of this content is going to go on that channel. So if you're not subscribed to that channel, you're going to miss some of these stories. You know what I mean? So make sure you subscribe to omegadrip Goes In. So yeah, like I was saying, I said in one of the stories, he would put the work, you know, the drugs in my pocket and tell me to go to the store. But he would say, don't touch it. Just, you know, like go to the store, here's $2, you know, or here's $2 in food stamps. Remember that shit? It used to be paper food stamps and shit. The brown shit used to be like $1 and the green would be like $5 or some shit like that. So he would give me like $2, whatever it was, whether it was cash food stamps. He'll give me like $2, tell me to go to the store. I'll go to the store and then I'll buy something and he'll come in the store. He'll go in my pocket and guess what? I just walked his drugs from my house to the store and saved him from getting flicked on the way to the, you know, on the way to the block. And he would walk on one side of the sidewalk and I'll walk on the other side of the sidewalk. And my stepfather, he looked black. You know what I mean? He didn't, so the police won't think he's my dad because I'm light-skinned. So he used to use that to his advantage. He used to put drugs in my pocket and tell me to walk to the store. And I knew what the fuck was going on. I would always put my hand in there too. And I would touch. And I could feel all the little capsules. So he would put like a fucking hand, like, you know, like a softball full of capsules and shit. Probably like 500 or some shit, who knows, 100 of crack capsules and shit. Some New Jack City type shit. And then I'll walk to the store, he'll do that, he'll grab it or whatever. Bring it to the block. He'll bring me, like, go to New York to go re-up. And the old school niggas back then, the thing was, if you with your family, you make it look good, you know, and the police won't you, right? So he had this thing in his head that you take your family with you to go re-up so that you can be able to bring the work back from New York back to Connecticut to be able to, like, to get away with it type shit. So he would bring us to New York with him to go re-up. Park somewhere, take me. He would take me and he would leave my mom and like my sister and my brother in the car because I'm the oldest, so he always took me with him. Bro, I would walk in buildings that look like New Jack City. I'm not lying. That shit look like New Jack City type shit. There'll be like 2-3 dudes. Let me put this wire here because my phone is about to die and I don't want it to die while I'm telling you guys the story. Hopefully it's charging. So yeah, yo, he would take me in there and it would be like a movie. I'm not lying to you, bro. I was like 10 years old, 5 years old. There'll be dudes sitting there with big ass guns, shotguns, handguns. They'll be in the first floor, and I guess this is how it went down. You give your order, like you'll go downstairs and be like, yo, I got $5,000. I need $5,000 worth of coke. So if you need coke, you go to the third floor. So you give them the money. They'll get on the walkie-talkie thing. They'll call the third floor. They'll be like, one coming up for an ounce. So I'll stay downstairs next to this with guns and shit, looking like New Jack City with glasses on and big ass and shit. I would stay downstairs, a little kid. I don't know if he, sometimes I think about it too, like, yo, was he kind of like using me? Was he using me for like, I can't think of the word, like, you know how you leave the person there and so you can know I'm coming back with the money out, or I don't know, like sometimes I wonder if he was ever doing that, because he used to leave me there with them. He would go upstairs, you know what I mean? This school bus is driving way too slow, bro. I don't understand. So I would stay downstairs. So yeah, I would stay downstairs with the drug dealers or whatever, or with the dudes that were, standing at the first floors. He would go upstairs, buy what he need to buy, come back down, and then I'll walk out with him. We'll walk back around the corner. He'll go to the store, buy like some soda, some cupcakes, trying to make it look good, and we'll walk back to the car. And that's what he used to do to be able to like protect himself from getting flipped by the cops, because he used to always say that like the cops weren't going to with him if they saw him with like his son or or his family or whatever. And back then, I guess it worked for a while. They never really thought like somebody would be doing that, like like really putting their family in the midst of shit. And I witnessed all this growing up. You know what I mean? I wasn't taught anything that that was positive. You know what I mean? I don't know what it was like to get up and go to work. I had to learn that shit on my own. That's crazy. Think about it. I never knew that you have to get up in the morning and go to work to be able to make a living. That's insane, bro. That's crazy. Because my mom was on welfare. She didn't work. My stepdad was a heroin addict. He sold drugs and he ran the streets, and that's all he did, right? Go in and out of jail. So I never watched somebody in my house, right? You got to be you show your kids, like I was saying earlier, you guide them through life so they could be great people, right? So you do things and they follow. You're their example, right? You got to lead by example type shit. So I wasn't taught any of that. So yeah, as soon as I hit like 12, I was already interested in what I could do to make some money. You gotta go check out my stories, bro. I said this in my stories that I dropped on my Omega Drip Goes In channel. I used to buy candy bars at the video stores where you go rent videos to watch movies. They would have like chocolate candy bars. They would have like $3-4. So I go over there with like $9, $8, right, and buy like 24 with like $8. I'll buy 24 candy bars. $3-4. Think about it. That's why I know I always been a hustler since I was a kid. I ain't play that shit, bro. I would go shovel, whatever it was, but I got money. Cause why? Cause I didn't have shit. That's why now when I get shit, I take care of it and I appreciate it, because I know what it's like to have a hole in your sneakers. Listen to my stories that I said on the channel, bro. I already said this, and I don't like repeating myself. So I think I don't. Some people say I do though. So yeah, I know what it's like to be in a classroom scared, because you got a hole in your sneakers, and you got to make sure you got your toe like this all day, because if you let your toe loose, it might stick out and everybody's gonna know you got a hole in your sneakers. Kids shouldn't have to be going through that shit. You know what I mean? Nowadays, these kids don't know what the that's like. They got 16 pair of sneakers in the house. Every time a pair of Jordans drop, they get it. But they're fortunate enough to have, parents like us that know what it's like to not have shit, and we give our kids everything. And sometimes we might give them too much, and they might turn out to be a little spoiled, ungrateful little So that's why I always say you gotta limit what you give your kids too. You gotta teach them that you gotta work and earn shit. Because if you always giving them and don't teach them that they gotta earn it and work for it, you're not doing your kid any good. I don't give a what you say, because how is your kid supposed to learn that that you get something when you do something right, that you earn and that you work for and stuff like that? Growing up with nobody to be my role model and show me right, I had to learn the hard way. I had to learn, watching whatever male figures I had around me that were older, whether it was the drug dealer in the corner, how he moved, I took a little bit from everybody that I thought, I liked, and when I didn't like, I leave. And that's something I noticed that I always done, like, I would take whatever I think was good, and okay, I don't like the way he moves, he's grimy, or I think that's one thing. I've always been a smart, motherfucker type shit. Because if that shit didn't make sense, it didn't make sense for a reason. I'm not stupid. I don't care how old I was. If that shit don't feel right and it don't make sense, it's not right. You know what I mean? If I don't like the energy, I'm not fucking with it. If it don't sound right, I'm not fucking with it. I've always been like that. 12 years old, I was already selling drugs and hustling. You know what I mean? Because I was tired of going to school looking like a bum. You know what the that shit feel like, bro? A lot of motherfuckers don't know the feeling of that shit, bro. That's why a lot of the schools changed the policy and they got school uniforms now, because kids was getting laughed at, or kids wasn't being able to get an education because their moms was poor on welfare, and they were going to school with dirty clothes, the same clothes, looking like bums. And then you will have the other kids that probably do got some stuff, or the parents do work, or the parents are drug dealers and they're making a lot of money, and they, for a while you see them all fresh or whatever, and then as soon as the dad get caught and go to jail, you see them looking like little bums and shit because they're not getting fly gear no more. And that's how it be, that's how I go. But I was tired of that. I didn't want to go to school looking like no bum. I was tired of going to school looking like a bum. So like around 12 years old, I figured out how to get money. And like I said, I used to sell firecrackers during 4th of July time. I would go buy the firecrackers down the street out of the house for like 25 cents. And then I would come back up to my street, sit up there with a little pouch right here. Remember those little pouches? The leather pouches that used to be able to like wrap them around your waist and shit? I would put one of those on. I would put all my firecrackers in there. And I would start off with like $1. That's how you know. Bro, I'm telling you, bro, I've been a hustler since day one. I don't go fuck what nobody said. Because when I go back and think about it, I'll be like, yo, how was I 10 years old moving like that? You know what I mean? Like sometimes it's in you and that's what you is, and sometimes it's just not for you and it's not in you and you just don't get it. So I used to come, right? I would buy fucking firecrackers for 25 cents. And then I would come back, say I bought 4 with $1. Boom. I would come back and sell all 4 with 50 cents each. And then I'll take whatever money I made off of that and go back down and buy all of them again, buy like 8 or 10 for 25 cents, come back up until I made that $1. I turned that $1 into like $50. At like 10 years old, I got $50. But then I had my stepdad, who was a dope fiend, come over and be like, let me $10 or let me $20. And I didn't know how to say no. I just hustled some money and this motherfucker is asking me to lend him $20. Sometimes maybe the whole 50. And sometimes he will pay me back, but sometimes he'll take forever to pay me back. So sometimes I used to hate letting him know that, you know, that I had $50. So sometimes I'll keep it quiet. And it was annoying to know that, you know, that he would try to, he never tried to take it though. That's one thing I could say. Like I don't think he ever stole from me or anything like that. But he would ask for it. But the shit did go missing in the house. Like, you know, like if we had like say he bought a brand new TV or some shit, that shit might last like a month. Because we might end up keeping the old one that was barely working, or he had to switch the channel with a fucking screwdriver because the button broke. You know what I mean? To because he sold the new TV. Oh yeah, the TVs, bro. There was one TV in the house, bro. One TV in the house, one TV, right? And everybody watched whatever came on TV at 8 o'clock, whatever. Everybody watched that in the living room, the whole family. Not everybody had a TV in their rooms, and there was cable and Wi-Fi and the phone and headphones and all this shit these kids got now. You go in my kids' room, bro, you see them TV on, 10 different things all at once. We didn't have that growing up. I remember, bro, everybody watched the same, and we didn't have cable. There was like 3 channels you got. You got like, you know, like it's like a news channel, maybe like a channel 3 or channel 8. You know what I mean? Then you got like it was like 3 channels, bro. And it would be like that one channel that at like 8 o'clock at night, a good movie will come on. So, you know, we all fucking be ready to watch whatever was on TV, and the whole family watched it together. That's how it was. It wasn't none of that other shit where motherfuckers watching whatever they want in their rooms and all that like now. These kids don't know what that's like. They don't know what it's like to go to the next door neighbor and ask them for a cup of sugar or a cup of milk. You know what I mean? Because you don't have none. Or you have to go to the store with a note saying, can I get milks, eggs, cheese, and whatever the case is, and I'll pay you on the 1st. Or my mom got her food stamps. And the guy from the store, from the corner store, you know, he was cool enough to know that my mom was good for it, so he would give her credit throughout the month. So I would go to the store with a note, give it to him. He already knew what it was. He'll be like, go get it. That's how I paid, with a note saying, can I get credit to the 1st? His name was Pepe, Don Pepe. Don Pepe was cool as hell, man. He was a good dude, man. Because if you think about it, he helped us out by giving my mom credit and shit like that. You know what I mean? Don Pepe. He died like 2 years ago. Rest in peace, man. He will always say yeah to my mom, never say no. And that's the thing, my mom was like real pretty and shit, so a lot of motherfuckers just swept my mom, like my teachers, everywhere I went, it was always something about my mom. And I used to just be like, okay, bro, like I'm tired of hearing it. Yes, I know my mom is pretty. Okay, what do you want me to do? It was rough growing up like that, man, when you have no guidance, you know? So sometimes some people don't understand, and then they try to act like, oh my God, they live like animals, like they should know better. No, how about you try to understand people before you judge people, right? That's something I learned, that you don't judge people based on whatever you think, especially if you don't know that person. Because I've judged people before, and then when I get to know them, I get to understand why I didn't like certain things about that person before I met them. Like, I'll be in jail, and I'll have somebody that'll be sleeping like in my queue, or like whatever, whether he was my cellie, whatever, but he was in jail with me, right? And he would do things that I'll be like, yo, I don't want this motherfucker around me because I'm gonna end up, you know, we're gonna have a problem. So he better stay over there, blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, that's how you know God be teaching you lessons, bro. Because, boom, he'll end up right in my cell, or he'll end up right in my queue, something to where he's in my area, and I gotta deal with him. For a fact, that shit'll happen. But then I'll get to see and understand and know this person, and then be like, that's why he does that. That's why he does this. He's been from fucking group home to group home to group home to group home. His mom smoking crack. You know what I mean? All types of crazy shit. Then I get to understand why he moved the way he moved. Why he don't trust nobody. Why he loud. Why he's always, you know what I'm saying, putting his guard up, making sure that, you know, he doesn't get taken advantage of. You gotta fucking understand a person to know a person before you judge a person. And I learned that shit. Cause then I'll be like, damn, the dude's not a bad dude. Why? Cause I got to understand him, and I got to hear his story. And that's something I learned, and I try to always keep it in mind. Like, you know, some people's gonna make you mad, some people's gonna do certain things, but don't let them, you know, ruin your energy. It's your energy, bro. It's up to you, you know, to keep it peaceful, to have a good day, and not let nothing or nobody ruin your day, right? If you're feeling some type of way, it's because you're thinking about something that's making you feel that way. So if you check what your thoughts is, and you change your way of thinking, then you can stop feeling the way you're feeling. If you keep stressing the same shit you've been stressing for the whole month, you wonder why the fuck you're depressed or suicidal, right? Check the way you're thinking about things and who you're hanging around with and the energy that's around you, and then you can probably change them. You know, you got to change things if you want change. You know what I'm saying? You got to change your way of thinking. You got to change your surroundings. You got to change the people you're around with if you want change, bro. You got to make some moves to change, bro. That shit's not just going to come. You got to put in the work. Like me, for example, that's why I had to leave. I had to leave Connecticut. Because in my hood, where I'm from, back here, where I'm going to now, I got a reputation. I got a name. It's hard for me to stay away from certain things and certain people because it's almost like I got to live up to something, right? Like, it was hard for me to try to change my life when I come home from jail and my brother's hustling, my sister's man is hustling, my sister's hustling, my cousin's hustling, my whole fucking family's hustling, bro. Dealing drugs, everybody. My niggas is getting money. That's all we do, right? So off the back, I come home and I'm like, yo, I'm getting a job. I'm on parole. I can't be fucking around, bro. You know what I mean? You know how that shit go. Niggas from the street know what the fuck I'm talking about. You be like, yo, I'm good, man. I ain't fucking with that shit. I gotta work. Parole on my ass, blah, blah, blah. You get a little job, minimum wage. Next thing you know, everybody's in the house, coming over. Everybody's still getting money. Everybody's doing this. Everybody's doing that. You barely making it with what you getting. Next thing you know, you're driving around with somebody because you still haven't got your car or whatever, and he hustling, and now he got something in the car. They got pulled over, and you went back to jail on a violation because you was in the car with somebody who had drugs, or either his drugs, you got hit with his drugs or whatever, and you got in some shit because it's around you, it's in your surroundings, and that's all you know. You gotta get the fuck out. You gotta leave. You gotta change. You gotta say I love you from a distance. I'm 2.5 hours away from my hood. My first year, I had motherfuckers calling me. Bro, whoa, yo, we need this, beef, we need that. And then it started to pick up, like, I can't come down. I'm 2.5 hours. The fuck you mean? 12 o'clock at night. You talking about you getting shot at. You need me to come where? It's 2:30 in the morning. I'm 2.5 hours away. Don't call me about no beef and no shootings and no guns. I can't help you. You know what I mean? It took like a good year, bro, when I left for my to leave me alone. And I can work on changing on myself without feeling the pressure and the temptations that come with, where you trying to change. It's crazy. That's how it be, bro. When you got family, friends, and everybody, and all you know, and everybody that you know, and everybody that's around you, everything is drug dealing, and they're with the bullshit. Your boy just got shot. The house next door just got raided. You know what I mean? Like, it's just non-stop, bro. And it's like they'll build a project, and everybody in the project is f***ed up some way, somehow, right? But then they're having kids, and they're raising kids, but they're f***ed up. Guess what? Here comes another generation of kids that were either crack babies, heroin babies, pill babies, whatever it is, right? But here comes another generation of kids that are also fucked up. A lot of people talk about the violence and it needs to stop, and the violence this, but 90% of the shit that's going on is all based on mental health. A lot of people forget that, right? You got kids having kids who are fucked up mentally and haven't dealt with their issues yet. So now they're trying to raise a kid, and now that kid is fucked up, and now all he knows is, like, this kid, there's shootouts in the projects, there's crackheads. Bro, I started selling drugs because I was tired of having so many crackheads coming up to me asking me for crack. Every day I would come out my door in the projects, and I have 2-3 people within 5-10 minutes asking me, yo, you got 20, yo, you got, and I'm like, yo, I could have made $60 in the last 5 minutes. I just had 3 people come up to me asking me for 20. What the f is going on? And I'm 12 years old, think about it. And my mom's on welfare, and I don't got no dad. Because that's another story. By the time I was 12, I beat up my stepdad. But that's a whole different story, and then he ended up leaving. So now I'm 12, and my mom is a single mom. You might as well say she was single forever, because they never was doing shit but just being around and getting high and getting some shit anyways, right? That was the only dad I had. And at 12, I whooped him because I was tired of his shit. Yeah, I would come outside and I would have crackers asking me for something, right? So I figured it out. I said, hold on, man. Because like I said, I used to do little hustles to get money. It takes me a long time to sell a few candy bars to get money. You know what I mean? It takes a long time to wait for the winter to come, or for the leaves to fall, to go pick up leaves and get paid for it and make $50 and shit like that, and you work 6 hours, you know what I mean? Like, you come outside in 10 minutes, you make $100, $60, 5 minutes. You come outside at 9 o'clock in the morning, you 13 years old, and by noon, 1 o'clock, you made $1,000. Bro, it was that crazy, bro. That crazy. Sometimes I will get up late, you know, be like 11, 12, and I come outside, and everybody's out there, and some of the niggas is bragging like, yo, I just G'd it. I just G'd them. I'm like, oh, word? Thanks for telling me, because you got to go. You just made a G. I just got out here. I got to eat. And I wasn't no bully, but I always lay down the law. And if you made $1,000, it's time for you to go. Come back later. Yeah, it was like that. It was 12, 13 years old, getting thousands of dollars every day, selling 20s. Shit was going like water. Never mind how the heroin sold. We're not even gonna get into that. That's a whole different story. I know dudes that are millionaires to this day off of heroin, and they don't touch a thing. Their own clubs, their own restaurants. I don't even think they ever even saw the drugs that they sell, because they don't touch it, they don't see it. They're just involved in it because it's their money and it's their plug. And for years, this dude's been getting money. A few dudes that I know never went to jail. But I can definitely tell you 99% of the people I know that dealt drugs went to jail or died, right? Running the streets. So don't think that because the people I'm saying never went to jail, it's worth the try to get money. You know what I mean? Because you can get away with it this whole time, but it's like the pick of the litter. You know what I mean? Some people is just that lucky to go through life and have all the finest things, being a drug dealer, and be all right. But that's for him, right? We're about to end this though, man. Make sure you guys like, subscribe. Next time I'm gonna pull this up or whatever. It's my little boxing gloves, my little Puerto Rico thing. You know, every Puerto Rican always has something up there to rep their flag. And we started that shit too. Make sure we get that clear. You know what I mean? I love all my Latin people. I love all people, period. I don't give a what you is. If you're a real one, I'll fuck with you. That's it. Yeah, I love my race and I love my culture and all that. Facts. I don't play none of that prejudice shit. You know what I mean? You treat people right and you treat people how you want to be treated. So anyways, yeah, these are my little boxing gloves because I like boxing and shit. So I'm going to continue doing stuff like this, giving you guys stories so you get to know me better, especially when I'm driving and stuff like that. Maybe I could start going live. Like I said, I like to edit it and shit like that. So anytime I mess up on something, I can take it out, I can fix it. But I'm going to definitely start going live. But again, the numbers got to start going up too. You know what I mean? Because if you guys want me to go live and give y'all a show, I'm not going to go live and have 5 people there. You know what I mean? I'm thankful to have 5 people, but come on, I got 38,000 subscribers. If I go live, let's have a good crowd, right? And again, I need the numbers to go up. I need the numbers to go up. We need to work together, man. I need you guys to go on the playlist and play video and let the videos play back to back. Watch them. Don't wait to get a notification to come watch a video. If you're on YouTube, go to omegadrips, search, click, and it will already be on your search history. Go click and go scroll through, and something you like is there, click it and watch it. I don't care if it's a video from a year ago or from a week ago. But sometimes you're going to see stuff that you might have missed. Because it happens to me sometimes with people I watch. But I support people, you know what I mean? To the point where sometimes I watch people's commercials so that they could get, you know, some credit for it. You'd be surprised. A lot of them talk that good one, but they're not really about it. Tell them to show you their phone and see if they really support you. You know what I mean? I support a lot of these bloggers, but I don't talk about it. Sometimes I might pop out and say what up, but I can show you my phone and show you that if I tell you I fuck with you, you'll see that I fuck with you because the history's there. you'll see the video at the bottom. It has the little red line that goes all the way across after you watch the video. So when you're scrolling through somebody's channel, you can see what videos you watch and what videos you haven't watched. You know what I'm talking about. Those that understand YouTube know what I'm talking about. So make sure you subscribe. If you're not, make sure you like, share this video, and go support my second channel. Because this is pretty much what my second channel is going to be about. Doing this. A lot of less editing. You know what I mean? We're just going to be doing this. Having conversations and shit.